Hi guys, this is Dr. Denny Warren here. In this video, I want to share a very important concept for health, and that is omega-3 supplementation. So what omega-3s are is omega-3s are fatty acids, and they're actually called essential fatty acids. And the reason why they're called essential is because your brain and your entire body has to have these fatty acids in it to be healthy, but your body does not produce it. So therefore it is essential that you get this, you consume this in your diet, or you supplement with this in order to keep your body healthy. Now, different ways that you can get omega-3 fatty acids, you can get it in grass-fed or pastured beef, but the main place that people know about essential fatty acids is in cold water fish, things like salmon, sardines and anchovies, tuna, etc. There's many other examples, but cold water fish have a high amounts of a specific type of omega-3 fatty acids called EPA and DHA. Now EPA stands for eicosapentaenoic acid, DHA stands for docosahexaenoic acid. But these omega-3 fatty acids is what makes up majority of the fat in your brain and what makes up the cell membranes. It's absolutely essential that you have these fatty acids for your entire body, for the function and health of your entire body. Now, another place that you can find omega-3 fatty acids is in chia seed and flaxseed. Chia seed and flaxseed are very wonderful, a high source of omega-3 fatty acids, but it's a different type. It's not the EPA and it's not the DHA, but it's called ALA. So it's a different type of omega-3. Now, some people think that you can get, if you just eat enough chia seed, if you eat enough flaxseed, then your body actually does convert some of that ALA over to EPA and DHA. But it's a very, very small amount. So for you to actually get a sufficient amount of those omega-3s, the EPA and DHA, which is absolutely essential for brain health, it's very important that you either get that in your diet by consuming cold water fish, grass-fed beef, or by supplementing with it. One way that we supplement with it is we really love this product. It's by Green Pastures, and it's fermented cod liver oil. Again, cod is a cold water fish. It's really high in EPA, really high in DHA. But another reason why we like cod liver oil is because it has vitamin D and vitamin A. And vitamin D and vitamin A are essential for your immune system, essential for healthy skin, essential for every function, many, many functions in your body. And they're also in the right ratios where it's not, vitamin A or vitamin D is not going to be toxic to your body. Because if you consume vitamin A directly by itself, sometimes it can actually become toxic. And so in cod liver oil, it's in the right ratios where it's not going to be toxic for your body. And since I was just talking about ratios, let me actually describe another ratio that's very important for health. It's omega-6 to omega-3. Omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. So there's different types of essential fatty acids. There's omega-12, omega-9, omega-6, omega-3. There's all types of different omega fatty acids. But one thing that's clear in research is omega-6 and omega-3 should be close to a 1-to-1 or a 2 omega-6 to 1 omega-3 ratio inside your body. If you have this is the same ratio that hunter-gatherer tribes all around the world, these different populations, these different tribes, indigenous people all around the world, they all had that ratio, either 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 ratio. And that ratio, it's very clear that that ratio establishes a sense of balance and homeostasis. It helps your whole body function and your brain function better. Now, for most people in America, we're not 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. We're anywhere 4-to-1, 10-to-1, or 20 or more to 1. Now, what the research says in this is that if you're 4-to-1, you might be okay. If you're 10-to-1, if you don't have a diagnosed illness at this point, then you're going to. That's what the research says. If you're above that, of course, then it's even more problems. So what we try to do in our diet is we try to supplement or eat more cold water fish, grass-fed beef, things like that, to try to raise our omega-3s. We also try to decrease our omega-6. Now, omega-6 can be found in things like corn oil, a lot of vegetable oil, safflower oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil. These are a lot of the oils that process companies, the processed food industry, they use these types of oils to cook their products in. So if you're eating processed foods, if you're using any of those types of oils that we just described, then your omega-6 is getting really high. And the problem with this ratio, when it's 10 to 1 or more, is that sets up inflammation in your body. Inflammation is at the root of virtually every illness. Most of the chronic degenerative diseases that we have today, like heart disease and diabetes, even pain and inflammation. Pain is, a big thing with pain is that you have chronic inflammation in your body. So one of the best ways to actually decrease the amount of pain, decrease your chance of having these diseases, is to get this ratio in the right amount. Now again, I mentioned sardines. One thing we do on a regular basis is I probably consume close to a pound of this a week. And if you can consume a pound of cold water fish a week, that's great. But I prefer having sardines or anchovies, the smaller fish, because if you're eating a lot of tuna, most people know if you eat a bunch of tuna has high levels of mercury, high levels of heavy metals in it that they got from the sea, they got from eating other fish. So if you look at the food chain, sardines and anchovies are small fish. They're at the bottom of the food chain. There's some fish that would eat that, and there's fish that eat that, all the way up to where you get to tuna and these larger fish like a shark. But if you eat the top of the food chain, then you're getting fish that has bioaccumulated from every level of that food chain. They bioaccumulate all those heavy metals and toxins. So we like to go down to the lower end and eat more of the sardines and anchovies. We eat this, like I said, we eat about a pound of this a week. Our kids eat it, we love it. Or the days that we don't do that, we'll definitely go and we'll have some cod liver oil. If you want your levels tested, we can actually do a blood test to test your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. But for most people, that's not necessary. The cost of it is not necessary because they know they eat a lot of processed foods. They know they have the industrial seed oils, the corn oil, the safflower oils. They know they eat very little cold water fish. They know they have no supplementation of omega-3s. So they know that they're just going to start eating more of those things. Here's a good sign that if you're having too much omega-3s, if your omega-3 starts to get high, which again is very, very rare, you're actually going to be, your blood's going to be thinner, and you're going to start to bruise more easily. You're bruised and you actually bleed more easily. Because when you go omega-6 gets high, you have more inflammation, your blood clots easier, which is not good. That's why a lot of people will take, if their blood's clotting, they'll take Coumadin, which is warfarin or rat poison, to thin their blood out. So wouldn't it be better if we could actually take more omega-3s to help thin our blood out instead of taking the Coumadin or warfarin? So my point is with all of this, your entire body, your brain especially, every cell in your body has to have these omega-3 fatty acids. It is essential, and it cannot produce it, so we have to get it in our diet. So if you're not getting cold water fish, grass-fed beef, things like that, if you're not getting it, then you should strongly consider supplementing with it. And like I said, we really love this product. It's an excellent product. It's Green Pastures is the company, and it's fermented cod liver oil. And we have that in the office. And if you do want to get tested, if you feel like you're good and you just want to make sure your levels are in the right place, your omega-6 to omega-3 ratio is in the right place, then let us know. We can actually set up a test for you. We can test your blood to see what your ratios are. So I hope this helps. Use this and you're going to be healthier. You're going to have a better quality and quantity of life. We'll see you in the next video.